welcome back and welcome to day two. I'm sure everyone who's here yesterday would agree. It was a fascinating day, fascinating insights, and with equal contribution from a really amazing lineup of speakers and panelists, and also from you, the audience. I think all of the speakers, particularly those from abroad, remarked on the quality of the questions, the quality of engagement, and the quality of the audience. And I think that's credit to the kind of people we've attracted to the conference, and also I think a credit to the kind of initiatives that are underway in South Africa in this area. So I've done a little bit of a summary for those of you, but it's a very, very brief one-word summary of each presentation. It's my take of day one, so not necessarily the view of the sponsors or the organizers. To those of you who just joined us for the first time today, welcome. I'm sure you'll find it as interesting as we all did yesterday. So we started the day with Andreas. Density of adoption was Andreas' theme, amongst other things. And I think it was a really interesting concept that he raised, and going back to his example of the first time that he engaged with email. Daryl was talking about trust and how the community need to trust each other, and those that didn't should go to jail. I thought he's definitely in line to take over the National Prosecuting Authority, given his prosecutorial mindset. Fazam really enthralled us all with quite a poetic vision of money from RMB, and at the end of the day, a global federation of nations. And I think he successfully broke the mold of the stereotype view we might have of bankers, and I thought that was fascinating. Clive, it was all about R3, and I think we all know that R3 is really all about working together. And then Tanya won the Gartner Hype Curve Bingo, the first person to mention it. And she acknowledged it and spoke about technology convergence in a most articulate way. Lou, the last bastion of Bitcoin, and it was the first actual proper Bitcoin on the topic, and he compared Bitcoin to various other currencies, particularly the dollar, and showed how it in fact retained value. Adrian Hope-Bailey, fascinating discussion on Ripple. Adrian wearing a jacket because he works in the same area that I do, and I've never actually seen him wear a jacket before, let alone long pants. But was very, very, very articulate on R3. Gavin, I think a rock star team that they got there, and fascinating use cases for distributed ledger technology. And if I was a betting man, I'd say they're going to make a lot of money from what they're doing, and they certainly deep dive. And Gavin's waistcoat was very London, and I thought very, very, very appropriate for his business. But I think all of us could not fail to be impressed by what they're actually doing and what their project team is doing and the makeup of that team. The panel, I think, other than the chairperson getting a little bit flustered at the beginning, the libertarian guy, who was Andreas, and that was I think pretty disruptive, and we had some very, very interesting and very engaging and very controversial discussion. We had a few different points of views, but at the end of the day, I think it was highly, highly entertaining. And I believe Andreas carried on with that at the speakers' dinner last night.